Dear community, welcome to the next episode of our EBS Symposium Podcast. Today we had the pleasure of talking to Claudia Bechstein, a seasoned business moderator who will also be hosting our congress. We talked about her experience from being a model to being an entrepreneur. Enjoy listening and have fun. Dear community, welcome to our next episode of our EBS Symposium Podcast. Today we have the pleasure of welcoming Claudia Bechstein, a seasoned moderator and business psychologist with over 10 years of experience in guiding and hosting events, particularly in the technology and business sector. Hello Claudia, we are thrilled to have you with us today. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
Great, thank you.
First of all, thank you so much for having me today. I'm also very excited to talk to you and to introduce myself. And thank you so much for coming here to my apartment today.
It's a pleasure, always. Claudia, before we dive into today's discussion, why don't you introduce yourself to our community in a bit more detail?
Certainly. So my name is Claudia Bechstein. I'm a live event host and moderator. I grew up in a tiny village. I live in Berlin now for over 20 years. And yes, I absolutely love deep dives into topics like digitalization, AI, sustainability, innovation. And I know these are all buzzwords, but the good part is I'm meeting so many amazing experts, awesome people, and I really have the opportunity to talk about challenges and also opportunities where we can make change. And so I think I always say I have the best job in the world because, the topics are amazing. The companies are really, really cool. I'm traveling around the world and I have the chance to host panel discussions, amazing congresses, PR events and stuff like that. So this is mainly my job. Otherwise, I'm super busy. I love to go to the gym from time to time.
If possible.
If possible. And right now, so I have a little dog here. I do dog sitting from time to time because I need some social interaction. But she's super calm in the back of the corner. It's a Yorkshire Terrier. You met her already, and in a nutshell, that's me.
Great. Sounds like actually it does sound great. Maybe just quickly in between, you talk about traveling a lot. Maybe what was your most recent travel or what was your most recent event that you hosted?
So right now I have a summer break, and that sounds super weird. Sometimes I can't remember what I did because so there are periods where I'm working almost every day because there's so much going on. Of course, I am so thrilled and so much looking forward to host your event in September. That would be absolutely awesome. And I have to make you a compliment because I think you have the best lineup I ever had. There are so many. Yes, really. I'm really honest.
Thank you.
There are so many amazing people, CEOs, and different topics that I'm also a little bit excited to host the event, actually. Otherwise, I've just been to Los Angeles and
very
hosting.
nice.
Yes, it was really cool hosting a nice event for a client from the cosmetic industry.
Yeah.
And then September will be super busy. I think I have in total 3 days off. So I'm in Hungary. I come to you guys. Then I'm hosting the sustainability stage at the Automechanica in Frankfurt. Things like that. Yeah. So it's
Great.
it's a lot going on.
Great, but busy, very busy. Okay. But then let's start maybe with your academic journey. You have a master's degree, which is kind of your foundation for everything you do in business psychology from FOM. What made you want to pursue a career in that field, or how did you even come up with studying business psychology?
Yeah, so I have to tell you that my CV is super bumpy. So I never studied when I was younger. I don't know why. So I started to work immediately. And then when I was in my late 20s, beginning 30s, I was like, okay, maybe I have to do something in my life that's more meaningful. Because I was modeling for a few years, I think 4 years. And it was a great lifestyle. But then at one point, everything is over. And I started to study, and actually I always was, and I still am really interested in how psychology helps us understand business decisions. And what also I find pretty thrilling is it shows us why people make certain choices. The other hand, it helps us predict what customers might do right now and also in the future, and that improves how teams work together, and we can make better decisions that fit both the company goals and also people's needs. Another point, what I think is absolutely crucial, is that especially in the last decades, the economy focused heavily on growth. And often, and this is really a bad part, often neglecting people's well-being. There was no space for diversity, for cultural differences, and especially also environmental concerns. So that's why we have to deal with so many issues right now. I mean, that's not only a field for business psychology, but I think that's why I believe it's really important to consider psychological aspects, and I for 100% believe that approach businesses, or businesses have to approach their their goals with 100% of respect and also sustainability. In short, I think that's why it's important to learn more about people.
Okay, so it was also this kind of curiosity to get to know how everything works when making decisions or buying decisions that drove you into this field.
Definitely. Okay. And I also can read my friends.
Okay, you just also mentioned that you've been to Los Angeles, but you have also spent some time abroad doing your studies, right?
Yes.
You've been to the University of San Diego, focusing on international marketing and business development.
Correct.
Was going abroad something you have always strived for, or what was your experience compared to studying in Germany?
Yeah, so as I said, I am traveling a lot, and I really love to travel, so it was not the first time for me to being far away from home. I spent a couple of months in New Zealand, also regularly in South Africa, in the US. But anyway, so I started to study here at the FOM in Berlin because I was working as a moderator and I wanted to build up my career, and the FOM in Berlin gave me the opportunity to study beside of the job. So that means I went to university 3 or 4 times a week at 6 p.m. until 9 p.m.
Oh, okay.
And all the weekends, so it was a tough time. And then after my bachelor, I decided, okay, now I have to do something more fancy and go to San Diego. So yes, kind of. So studying abroad, especially at the University of San Diego, was something I had aspired to. And it sounded better than called London, being in sunny
To be honest, I'm a big fan of London.
Yeah, London is great, absolutely, but I preferred more to stay at the beach. Anyway, it proved me with a unique perspective on international marketing and also business development. I have to admit, I didn't do a whole semester there. It was just a few modules.
Okay.
But anyway, compared to Germany, I made the experience that the US places a stronger emphasis on individualism and innovation in business psychology. And I also think this influences how businesses approach consumer behavior and also leadership. And we all know that we act differently. And their business strategies often emphasize individual creativity and risk-taking, encouraging employees to innovate freely. And I don't want to talk bad about Germany, not at all, because I think we are really on a good path. But in Germany, sometimes we still need to think and still need to learn a little bit more to think outside the box.
Yeah, I think especially San Diego is a great place for that, especially with maybe Silicon Valley not too far away, really focusing on innovation and striving for a change and making a difference. I think that's actually the main hub in the world to be right now.
It definitely is. And I mean, I grew up in former East Germany, so we are really thinking in a box. I can tell you. Well, but so for me, that's why also learning more about other strategies, other ways of thinking really also helped me in my job, you know.
But then how did this came up for you? You mentioned or like your surrounding was thinking inside the box. What made you want to think outside the box? What made you want to go into this business sector and then like being completely different from anybody else?
So when, as I told you before, until
Yeah.
my 30s, I was, well, it sounds a little bit sad, but my life was a little boring because I had a 9 to 5 or more or less a 8 to 9 job.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was good, but there was a kind of a fire inside of me, a
Yeah.
passion, and I couldn't really tell why, but I was not happy. I was bored,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a feeling every day is the same. So I think I love adventures, and I think I especially love freedom quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that especially being a model, traveling quite a lot, meeting so many different people, being well organized, taking care of your job, that really helps me to find myself and also to understand that if you want to achieve something, you really have to work for it, and
Yeah.
you have to be creative, and you have to be innovative, and you just have to go out there because if you change, or people are often very afraid of change, but in the end, it's just the thoughts. And there's another point of learning more about business psychology. Just do it. Just be brave.
Yeah. Okay. And then, to be honest, I'm not quite sure how the timeline then lines up, but because you mentioned modeling, and but from what I saw, the first point where what I found is at Scholz and Friends, where you served as a PA to the chief financial officer and later to the CEO and founder. How did you end up there, and what were some key takeaway from those early positions, maybe in your career?
So when I was escaping from my little village, I ended up in Hamburg, and then later on in Berlin, working for Scholz and Friends. And working there kind of marked, I would say, the beginning of my career, and also provided a foundational experience that has influenced my work as a moderator. And I also can explain why a little bit, because I think there's
Sure.
a weird connection being a PA to becoming a moderator. Well, in these roles, I improved my ability to organize perfectly.
Yeah.
Because my boss, the CEO, he was a perfectionist. He didn't accept any mistakes.
Yeah.
And it also helped me to think through every step of a process.
Yes.
And those skills are crucial in the fast-paced environment of media production. That was one part. And these early positions also taught me to the importance of precision and strategic planning, allowing me to effectively manage discussions and also to ensure that every segment of a program is impactful and also seamless.
Yeah. Maybe for those who are not familiar with what Scholz and Friends does, no, no. Maybe just give a quick introduction to our audience, what they're actually doing.
Yeah, so Scholz and Friends is a well-known advertising agency.
Yeah.
They had like huge clients, telecom. They're responsible for the super famous FAZ newspaper campaign. Maybe you know it. Mercedes-Benz, so the really big ones.
Okay.
And on top of that, they were also really, really creative, and they got so many lions in Cannes for their creativity.
Yeah.
So it was really one of the top agencies.
Great.
It still is.
Yeah.
And maybe one more thing. So according to my job, so this ability to orchestrate complex tasks and also to anticipate the needs of business leaders enables me now to facilitate engaging and also meaningful conversations on stage. So it all makes a sense now.
Great. And then from there you moved on to become an event manager, right?
Yes. I told you, my
Yes.
CV is bumpy.
Yeah, but that's maybe what makes you stand out, because you had a chance to have a glance in every different direction. I'm not too sure about the pronunciation, to be honest. Frau Bechstein
Yes,
partner?
it's von Beust
Von
Partner
Bechstein
because
partner.
the CEO's name is Clemens von Beust.
Okay.
This was part of my journey when I became a full-time model. So in the beginning, I also worked in an event agency because I just wanted to try if that is something I could like or not. And that job deepened especially my understanding of the complexities of event dynamics and workflows. And that's a big, big plus for me now working as a moderator, because working closely with directors and learning to interpret, for example, run sheets enhanced my behind the scenes expertise. And I guess this experience has been invaluable in my moderation role because it also allows me to integrate with my clients' teams, anticipate logistical needs, and also ensure that every event is executed absolutely flawlessly, because so many companies put so much effort, money, and time into an event, and it just has to be perfect. So I would say my background in managing events from the ground up provides a robust foundation that resonates well with the team.
Great. Okay. Then maybe what didn't come too clear from there. Is your role in being a moderator at those events and congresses related to your position at Business Talk Amsterdam, or is this something different? Because then maybe we can have a quick sideline on how you actually got into moderating, because I think that's also something interesting for our audience to get to know better.
Okay, where to start? In general, I am interested in different kind of industry branches and also jobs. So that's why I'm also an investor, and I am also working with Business Talk Amsterdam. So the thing is, the Business Talk Amsterdam is a media production company. They hired me to be a moderator there and to lead interviews. And after like a couple of years, I became part of the management team, and we produce corporate videos for clients, invite representatives from various industries to our magazine every week to discuss their businesses, showcase innovations, and increase their reach through our platforms. This is just a part of my moderator job.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And you just mentioned that you're also an investor, as you are very interested in all the different industries.
I am.
You're also currently serving as the CEO at Lucky Luke, right?
Yeah, isn't that a funny name? So when I founded the company, I was like, okay, all of my investments should be good, and that's why I thought Lucky Luke.
Yeah.
So good. Do you know Lucky Luke?
No, I mean, you know the cowboy? You mean from the comics, of course, I thought we were talking already about the company. No, but of course.
No, you don't have to know the company.
The cowboy that is shooting faster than its shadow and everything.
Exactly. And what I like with that dude, he's just riding around. He's super cool and relaxed, everything is easy, and he's managing his life. And so I thought that's a perfect name for it.
No, definitely.
But even when I went to the notary, they were laughing a lot. Like, what is the name of the company? Lucky Luke Ventures, all right. Yeah.
But great. And then I think your venture is focusing on financing in the digital healthcare industry, from what I got, and media content platform and production. How did you come up with that? Because again, that's also something from what I was thinking, like in another completely different sideline from what I thought you were doing. So, how did you come up with Lucky Luke?
So my journey into the world of venture capital began with a strong interest in the field of technology. So that's why when I talk a little bit more about it, you will experience that there are parallels to my job as being a moderator. And after years in media and event moderation, I was drawn to the dynamic nature of startups and the potential to drive significant change, especially in digital healthcare. I love working with startups, hosting startup pitches, especially in the fintech sector. And so it's exciting to meet promising startups that can transform the landscape. and I just have the desire to be at the forefront of
Yeah.
innovation, leveraging my
Yeah.
background in communication, also to bridge the gap between my clients and groundbreaking ideas. It's just an add-on,
Yeah.
and of course I want to make money.
But I also think it complements each other perfectly, you
It
know, because
does.
you get all those different industry insights from working with all those different personalities at
Yeah.
all the different events, but then also you have also this expertise in kind of finance in this digital healthcare sector, which maybe complements you when engaging with those personalities. So that's
Absolutely.
definitely something that works well together.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also working with different platforms. So now I got a new request, a new approach from a crypto platform. They want to work with me as a moderator. So it really
Okay.
helps to understand the startup environment and also, the innovations.
Yeah, that's interesting. We also currently are in the approach of acquiring a subsidiary of a cryptocurrency for our congress as a corporate partner. But probably more about that when everything is in safe hands.
Definitely.
Okay, then given your extensive experience and continuous learning in areas such as digitalization and sustainability, what trends do you foresee in the future of event management or event management and moderation, or even if you like in general in digitalization and sustainability?
Yeah, I mean, a huge topic, of course, is AI, but let's not open this one because then we're sitting here for hours. I'm pretty sure with the rapid advancements in digitalization and a growing focus on sustainability, I foresee event management increasingly embracing technology for virtual and also hybrid events, enhancing interactivity and also reach. So that's one part. Additionally, there will be a stronger emphasis on eco-friendly practices, and I think this is also super important, such as reducing waste, using sustainable materials and stuff like that. And this you can find almost everywhere nowadays. So also often they have vegetable food, and so this is one thing. I think these trends will help create more engaging, inclusive, and environmental conscious events. And additional, since the COVID pandemic, I also made the experience that trends are moving towards small and exclusive events.
Okay.
And what I like a lot, so back in the days, you had these huge congresses with 1,000, 2,000 people, and then keynote. And now the focus is more clearly on deep dives, intensive exchanges, and also discussing solutions rather than masses of frontal lectures. And that's fun for everyone.
Yeah, interesting. Something I didn't know about. But great. And then maybe finally, someone who had so many insights in different areas and in the academic sector and professional spheres, what advice would you maybe give to aspiring moderators or any young professionals out there that are currently in this volatile environment?
Yeah, as you just said, we're living in a VUCA world, and you have to respond to that. If I cannot give it advice, I don't know. I can just tell you about me and my journey. So, okay, let me one of advice because I think I'm a good moderator. So my advice to aspiring moderators and young professionals is to stay curious.
Yeah.
I always was curious. I am, and I think so. Do you know what my big goal is?
No,
when
tell
I'm
us.
like 70 or 80, I still want to start a new. I still want to study. I want to go to university.
No, but it's something I also think quite often happens. I was once after a sports event. There was a dinner hosted by our club, and I was talking to a more senior lady, one can say, and she told me, "Oh, okay, I just retired, and right now I just started studying architecture again."
Isn't that amazing?
It is actually, because this or striving for new knowledge is something that really stands out for me, and I think makes some people really special. Yeah, but sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, definitely. This is an amazing field because I'm very much into the topic of longevity. So that means we all get older. that's nice, but you want to stay young in your head and fit
Yeah.
in your body, and especially for your brain, it is so important that you learn
Yeah.
until you die
Yeah.
if you want to. But I think it makes you fit, and also
Definitely.
you can enjoy life much more.
Yeah.
So anyway, to come back to your question, so stay curious and continuously seek new knowledge, as we were talking about it. Build strong communication skills.
Yeah.
Be adaptable and embrace feedback to refine your craft. I think this is also very important. Networking is also very important, especially with industry professionals, and gaining diverse experiences can also provide valuable insights and opportunities. I'm also very connected to different moderators around Germany. Of course, we all want to have the jobs, but we also help out each other, and this is really that's really a big plus. And lastly, always approach your work with passion, love, integrity. I think these qualities will definitely set you apart from the field. I hope so. Good luck to everyone.
Yeah, in regards of networking, come to our event.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
the perfect chance to
This
meet so
is-
many different people from different countries, university, or even industry professionals. It's really a maybe once in your lifetime experience. If you are able to make it, just get your ticket right now. The ticket shop is open again, so save your spot.
you have to, and as I said in the beginning, the lineup is just really mind-blowing, and we don't have like keynotes. We have lots of panel discussions, fireside chats, so you really have the chance to meet amazing people you only knew from newspaper or from the TV, you know. And coming there would be like, I think, really a big advantage. Definitely. I am so much looking forward to it too.
Great. Those fireside chats is actually something I'm so much looking for about, because it's always great to see when those seasoned professionals or CEOs in whatever it is, banking, consulting, whatever, make the effort of connecting to the younger generation and get to hear them and listen to their thoughts and answer their questions. So that's also a great opportunity.
It
I
definitely
think.
is. I try to tickle out the best answers for you guys.
Okay, then thank you so much, Claudia, for joining us today. It was a wonderful hearing about your insight and experiences, and we're looking forward to see more about your impactful work in the future and in the industry.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for talking to me today. And so see you all hopefully in September.
Yes, thank you. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow our social media accounts to stay up to date for our next episodes, and also get your ticket now in our online shop. See you next time, and goodbye.